Hello everyone, my name is Leo and in my last song I've played a soprano sax solo and I have received some requests to explain the MIDI setup I have used. So in this video we will first of all check out the demo song Soprano Sax Solo, then I will explain all the components of the setup used, and finally we will share some opinions and considerations. Let's start! The MIDI setup I have used is composed by three elements that are the YouRock Guitar MIDI controller, the TEContro breath and bite controller, and finally the SWAM saxophone software in my DAW. Let's describe each of the three units. First of all, this is the YouRock Guitar. The main features I would highlight are: first, and the more important, it has a tap function here that allows the guitar to pick the note just when you press the ribbon string with your left hand. I mean, you don't need to pick the string. This is super important for two reasons. The first reason is that a wind instrument is controlled by the breath of the player, and in fact we use a breath controller. The second is that your right hand do not have to pick the strings, and therefore it's free. It's free to just care about the two controllers available in the YouRock Guitar, which are the whammy bar, that obviously control the pitch, and this joystick here, with which you can control the vibrato effects. Let me show you. Breath controller. So it is I have much more expressiveness compared to the pick in terms of volume. Let's hear the vibrato. And also using the whammy bar you can obtain that effects that typically are used by the wind players when they end the note, no? So let's summarize. The left hand selects the note in the ribbon strings of the YouRock Guitar, and I just need the left hand to select the note. Then the breath controller simulates the breath used for playing wind instruments and allows me to have the right hand completely free in order to control the vibrato and the pitch effect. It is a very powerful combination. Another super important element are the legato runs, which are super realistic thanks to the tap function of the YouRock Guitar. If you used something like the Fishman triple play, when you play more than 2 or 3 legato notes and you don't pick any string with your right hand, the unit basically hardly transmit any MIDI note. On the other hand, with the YouRock Guitar, you just need to pick the string with your left hand, and you can run forever. You can play forever without having to pick any note, but just using your breath. And you can also perform pretty realistic arpeggios. By the way, with the TEController you can control many more parameters and not only the breath. With your bite you can control, for instance, the growl of a trumpet, or just moving your head back and forward, or left or right. You can control other Midi parameters. Here I would suggest not to exaggerate with the parameters you want to control, because it's easy to get lost. And playing a different instrument than your guitar is already a difficult task. So it's better not to have many parameters to control in your mind. If you have to think at many controls at the same time, you lost the inspiration and the joy to play. I try to use just 3 controllers, the breath, the whammy and the joystick, that I found very natural and easy. And by the way, the YouRock Guitar and the breath controller are connected to the computer via USB. So now the last piece of the puzzle, which is the software. Let's go in my digital audio workstation. I use the audio modeling SWAM saxophone V3. Here I have the SWAM saxophone opened as a virtual instrument, which is receiving MIDI messages from all the ports, all the MIDI ports, as I'm using 2 MIDI controllers in conjunction. And then all I have to do is to set up the MIDI port where the software receives the data from the breath controller, which is the MIDI port number 2. And that's all. The magic happened. You can just add some reverbs and delay and you can enjoy this amazing experience of playing wind instrument being a guitar player. This is truly amazing, inspiring and fun, guys. It opens a totally new world of possibility and unlock your creativity. 100% guaranteed. The first time I used it, I was literally in heaven. 3 final notes now. First, this solution has a total price of around 250 for SWAM, 270 for the breath controller, and then the YouRock Guitar was around other 250. So totally around 800. It's not cheap, but there are guitar MIDI controllers that alone are priced double the price of this solution. Second, unfortunately the YouRock Guitar is no more available, so we need some second-hand occasion or to find other similar solutions. I was not able to find anything similar in the market, so if you know, please drop a message in the comment section below. Finally, when you play a different instrument than your primary one, you are entering a totally different world. In my opinion, you have to approach the other instrument with a totally different way of thinking. Let me make an example. When I go in other countries, I want to absorb their culture. If I went to India, I would like to live like an Indian and to learn how they think, how they approach life, and I would like to behave like them. If I went to China, I would like to live like a Chinese. If I go in US, I would like to live like an American, eating what they eat, try to learn how they think and approach life. Then, when I come back to Italy, I'm sure I would be a better human being, having learned different perspective, with more ideas, etc. The same with the MIDI guitar. When I play the soprano sax, I have to dismiss the way I think at music and the way I play guitar. I have to become an alto soprano sax player. I need to listen to soprano sax based music. For instance, with a wind instrument, you don't have to pick notes, but you have to use your breath, and when you use your breath, you are obliged to make pauses. Or a soprano sax lets you play one note longer than a guitar, as you sustain the note with your breath. And when you play that note, many things happen. You have to think at one nice note that fits well through many chords. You have to use your breath to modulate the notes. I mean, you really have a different perspective than the one you have when you play your guitar. So you see what I mean. You start learning a different point of view, and then when you return back to your beloved guitar, you are a different player. You are a better guitarist. I'm 100% sure, guys. At least this is my experience. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.